Have you ever wondered what would Earth and Sun be talking when they are going around each other? Well, I have a weird story which relates to all of us, and it goes something like this. Earth says to Sun, "Hey Sunny, I'm feeling a bit tilted these days, thinking of making some changes." And Sunny, the sun, laughed hysterically. "Change? When were you still? You've always been changing since billions of years." This is our story as well. Like Earth, our lives also change constantly. Most of the time, it changes by chance, not in our control. But the real question is, should we leave it on chance, or should we consider changing by choice? I am no sun, I am Earth, I am Parul, and today I'll talk about the story of changes that helped me earn the spot on this very stage. The choices I made took me from being an architect to a head of styling in a very prestigious organization. Pretty cool, right? But to be there, I had to design my life around certain shifts. Now, before I jump into talking about those shifts, it would be good, or rather a good start point would be to talk about the early experiences that literally set my foundations and my values. After doing architecture from JNEC and doing Masters of Design from IIT Bombay, I had no clue on what I wanted to do. I didn't know where to start. Though I was a topper, but somehow the placement agencies didn't see much value for that. So I started my professional journey in 2001 from service industry. Now the benefit of working in service industries is that it offers you a variety of projects to work on. From bottles to cars, I literally explored and experimented every project that came my way. I was actually exposed to clients directly, and I literally learned how not to make presentations. I learned every software possible, and that was my introduction to automotive. It was magical. By now, I had an amazing portfolio of all digital concepts. But somehow I wanted something real. So I literally stretched a bit, let go of my swanky corporate job, and joined a traditional mindset plant, Indian two-wheeler OEM. This is somehow I was taking my life one step at a time. Again, not knowing where I wanted to go, but wanting to make it big. So the first shift of my life came literally when I was preparing for marriage. Now that's not a change I'm talking about. It's the choice I made to let go of my set job and become happily unemployed. I joined my husband Gaurav, who's also a designer from NID. We were entrepreneurs now, and we wanted to paint the world green with wood and bamboo. We knew it's a different game, different set of rules, but somehow we were very confident that our product, Modular Bamboo Cottage, is going to sell like hotcakes. This is where my learnings from being in the service industry helped me being a good marketing person within my own company. Now, being an entrepreneur teaches you that you have to always show your confidence. 90% of our client interactions were unsuccessful. But somehow, showing the intelligent and the confident face helped us survive. Now, people who look lost and not confident get it much harder. We started working with tourism departments, delivered a few projects, we invested our own money. And of course, that followed a long queue waiting for uncleared bills. This is when we also learned, literally, that passion and business are two different things. If you're a good designer, doesn't mean that you may be a good business person. Though our product was desirable and feasible, but somehow our business was not viable. No brainer, we ran out of money. Now, having rich parents, probably not in our control, but having rich friends, we were desperately missing it. But to keep the ball rolling, I shifted to my plan B. I took up a part-time job and became a professor in an architecture college. And I was a bad one. Who would imagine that teaching could be so complex? Now, we were coming from the best design colleges in India, but somehow the feeling of self-doubt had already crept in. Nothing seemed to be going right. It's important to identify your strength and hold on to it. The only strength I could hold on to was Gaurav. Very soon, we were failing, we were falling. Now, failing this early in life can be difficult. Within just 7 years of our career, my summer was already over. This was my solstice moment, when Earth appeared to stand still. Sun wasn't moving anywhere. Now, we all face such experience in life, and everyone has different ways of dealing with it. Some get stuck, some fight, some deny. I cried. Second shift of my life was the change that was forced. It was a change by chance. I was forced to let go of my dream of being an entrepreneur and to get back to 9 to 5 pattern. I reached out to the safety net, tapped my network developed earlier, and somehow automotive was smiling at me again. General Motors Technical Center opened its doors for me. I could settle in pretty fast. Now, the glamour of automotive is unbeatable. Amazing car design studio, great projects, local and global to work on, annual international trips, auto expos, working in Brazil. The life was happening. I could also climb the leadership level, and now I was a color and trim head representing India in the global headquarters in Detroit. I could also upskill myself and got a certification from IIM Bangalore. This was a perfect combination of meaningful work, progressive environment, and great compensation. I loved my job, I loved my profile, I was living a dream. Boom, the bubble burst again. I was told I'll be jobless again. In 2015, General Motors decided to close its India design operations. Some staff guys could go to headquarters, but leaders and managers had to move on. Now, falling once is difficult, but falling twice breaks you. Life really felt it is unfair and it's conspiring against me. I introspected. I literally questioned every belief I had. Now, when you are being pushed, you literally have to consider reaching out to people. Seek advice. Free advice is plentifully available in India. Now, talking helps in understanding what your situation is, probably what your chances are. Collect all the advice possible, but don't follow it. That's what I did. Listen only to yourself. Grit and patience were the only two friends now. With joblessness literally staring at my face, and with the fear, I decided not to let it paralyze me, not to let the uncertainty affect me. Every day I would remind myself, this is not the end, this is not the end. That's how the third shift happened. This too was a change by chance. But this time, I decided to treat it differently. I decided to make it as an opportunity. By now, I was more of a realist and less of an idealist. I let go of money and tried to secure a job that would give me a long-term stability. In this third shift, I decided to work for Mercedes-Benz R&D India. It literally took me months to realize that this was a place I could dream bigger than what I had even aimed for. I was to lead a small design team with an objective to ramp up design activities and sync up with the German design studio. But honestly, in design world, what it meant was that I was the head of styling for the entire interior and exterior team tasked to set up creative activities in India. Imagine the weight, the gravity of the role I was up for. This is any designer's dream, but only few are able to get it. And I realized, to prove my worth, to prove myself, I will have to shift my gears. By now, I was literally looking higher management eye to eye and talking in terms of profits, growth, long-term strategic benefits. I literally got my hands dirty in direct involvement with innovation. I was awarded my first patent. I could also set up the entrepreneurship program for the entire organization. This is when my learnings from being an entrepreneur earlier and a design manager in the past were literally coming to practice. Reigniting all my beliefs, within 6 years, we were expanding. Now we were almost doubling up. Along with creative designers, we also had digital designers, studio designers. We literally set up a 3D printing studio, as well as a state-of-the-art immersive lab, full to work with mixed reality projects. Now we were working from A-class to S-class and even auto cars, show cars. Honestly, this is when we were so strongly working, we were almost like regular partners with a German design studio. I again take pride in saying that there is a bit of India in every Mercedes car made today. I was at the top of the peak, looking at a view amazingly well. In 20 years of career, by any chance, it could be called a success. But this is something, this is like your destination. And once you reach it, what do? This is when the third shift of my life came. The third shift is a shift, the change by choice. Now is the time to really think that, if life gives you choices, how do you handle them? 2 years back, I was given an opportunity within my organization that literally made me think, why should I change now? When everything is going fine, what needs to really be looked into? This was my second solstice moment. This time, this was a happy one. I've always been inspired by a quote. If you're not living on the edge, you are wasting too much space. And design, it's like a small island. Whoever is in doesn't really look outside, it's dark space. But I thought to thought to launch out. I wanted to explore, I jumped into the deep blue to see what is beyond. From design, now I'm into the other extreme of design and development, which is after sales. This leap from design to after sales, it's like jumping off the cliff. It's terrifying, thrilling, exhilarating, all at the same time. It is a little scary. There are multiple days where nothing seems to go right. But when I see my teams firefighting like experts, honestly, I gain confidence. And again, I feel this is just another day, just another moment. This is how I have reset and restarted my resolution. I have restarted my revolution. By now, I'm pretty well acquainted with change. I know that whatever I have today will never remain same. It will change. I honestly feel that it's better to design your life by not leaving it on chance, rather by changes of choice. Through the various shifts of my life, there are few things which I hold very dear, and I would be open to share it with you. During uncertain times when you don't know what to do, what is holding up next, just start somewhere. Start and then steer around. Waiting for something to happen is like wasting time. It's like wasting life. Never underestimate the power of hard work. It is hard work which makes us reach to a position where we can change by choice. Again, you may never know when is the right time to change. When should you bring that change? Especially when everything is going right, why should you change at all? That's when you have to nurture the inner unrest in you. This unrest is what never lets you settle on the peak you've already scaled. You have to really change when the wind is on your side. Take risks. Taking risks is what literally helps you in living. Because if you don't take risk, you may never have any stories to share, and you may miss your chance on being on this stage. I am Parul. I am Earth. I've been tilting and shifting, and I am designing my life with changes by choice. Thank you.